Strus misses. Rebound tip taken by Tatum. Tatum on the run. One man to beat. It's Lowry. Gets inside. Count it, and a foul. A block on Lowry. Chance for a three-point play for Tatum.
Well, you look at this attacking where there's more room on the floor. Extended up high. And one.
How's it going, everybody? This is Tommy from the Boys Upstairs Show, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the Boston Celtics, their incredible run this postseason, and more specifically Jayson Tatum and his ascension to superstar elite level fame. In these playoffs, Jayson Tatum and the Boston Celtics have swept KD and Kyrie, defeated Giannis, the defending champion Bucks, in 7 games, and then beat Miami in 7 games with Jimmy Butler. This is the first time that Boston's been in the finals since 2010 with KG and Paul Pierce. In January, the Celtics were 11th place in the East. So how did the Celtics go from being in the play-in tournament to being in the finals? The answer is Jayson Tatum.
Hi, I'm Jayson Tatum, recording live. Today I'll be showing you how to tie a forehand nut.
Tatum is one of 4 players in NBA history to reach the finals after averaging 25, 5, and 5 before turning 25 years old, joining LeBron, Kobe, and D. Wade. And at the start of the season, the Celtics were still trying to find themselves, still trying to figure themselves out. They had a new coach in Ime Udoka, and they still had Josh Richardson and Dennis Schroeder on the team, who were both ball-dominant guards who were taking shots away from Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Boston also had Jaylen Brown and Al Horford out for parts of training camp. Horford missed time in December after he got sick, and Smart was also in the health and safety protocols in January and missed 6 games. Boston won 9 of the last 10 games going into the All-Star break and really made some big moves at the All-Star break that were under the radar at the time, such as Dennis Schroeder getting traded for Daniel Tice, Josh Richardson getting traded for Derek White. Daniel Tice and Derek White aren't big name guys, but they've played significant roles for a championship team. And in the Eastern Conference Finals, Derek White's points per game went from 8 in the playoffs to 14 in that series and averaged 2 steals and 1 block in the final 4 games. In fact, in 188 possessions against Kyle Lowry, Max Strus, Victor Oladipo, and Duncan Robinson, Derek White only allowed 9 points, 3 for 28 on field goals, 7 turnovers, 6 blocked shots, 0 fouls. Boston also has this year's Defensive Player of the Year in Marcus Smart, who over the last 5 seasons has held Steph Curry to 37% shooting from the field and 30% shooting from 3. Aside from 1 game where they rested 4 of their starters, Boston hasn't even lost back-to-back games since January. This is legitimately the hottest team in the league, and they have gone through the ringer to get to the finals. And I know I said this video is going to be primarily about Jayson Tatum, but the Celtics as a whole are the reason why they're here, not just because of Jayson Tatum. They are one of the most, if not the most complete team in the NBA. Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum are the first duo 25 or younger to score 20 points a game each and make it to the finals. The last time it happened was Russ and KD with the Thunder, and before that it was in 1979. And to be honest, I didn't think the Celtics would get to this point, and I don't think a lot of people did outside of Boston. With having to face by far the toughest opponents to get to the finals this year, it seemed like it was too much too soon for a young Celtics team that was still trying to figure themselves out. The Celtics have motivation though. They lost in 2018 to the Bucks, 2019 to the Heat in the conference finals, and 2020 to the Nets in the first round. So they had to beat all of those teams in order to get to the finals, and they completed that journey. In these playoffs, Jayson Tatum's averaging 27, 7, and 6, shooting 45% from the field, 38 from 3, 83 from the free throw line, beat KD, Giannis, Jimmy, Kyrie, won 2 Game 7s, and got Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He's also the youngest player in NBA history with 400 points, 100 rebounds, 100 assists, and 50 threes in 1 playoffs. And he did that against the best player in the NBA, the former best player in the NBA, Kyrie, who kind of dissed him, and Jimmy, who's dropped 40 and 50 in a couple games in that series. So now we go to the finals. What happens to Jayson Tatum's legacy if he wins? What happens to Jayson Tatum's legacy if he loses? Let's start off with if he loses, because the Warriors have 123 finals games experience combined between the whole team. The Celtics have 0. In fact, Al Horford actually played the most games in NBA history with never making a finals until this year. Jayson Tatum's only 24 years old, so if the Celtics lose the finals this year, he still has another 8 to 10 years of time where he can be an effective player on a championship team. So Tatum's window for a ring isn't closed this year if the Celtics can't get it done against the Warriors. However, Tatum's lost 2 conference finals before, And if he loses the finals as well, that would be pretty hard to come back from. I'm not saying that he can't do it, but it's extremely hard to make it to NBA Finals. And it's even harder to win one, I know, because the Sixers haven't won the finals since my dad was 13 years old. Jayson Tatum's also under contract till 2026, and Jaylen Brown's under contract till 2024. So they have at least 2 more chances guaranteed together. And on paper, the Celtics don't match up bad against the Warriors. They have long, athletic defensive wings who can guard, and they have a center who's a very good defensive player when healthy, not to mention the defensive player of the year, a point guard, and Al Horford, who's decided to become Jesus Christ. Now let's talk about if the Celtics do end up winning. The Celtics have the only winning percentage against the Warriors in the Steve Kerr era. They've also shown the ability to play with smaller teams like they did with PJ Tucker and the Heat. And Andrew Wiggins can try to guard Jayson Tatum, but I don't think he can. Both of these teams are actually tied for the best defensive rating in the NBA this season at 106.9, which means that there couldn't be more of a level playing field in terms of the defense side of the ball. And Tatum's shown the ability to effectively pass out of double teams and kick it to shooters who can make shots instead of Dennis Schroeder who can't make shots. And the Celtics can guard. The Celtics will guard, and the Celtics prioritize defense. That's who they are. That's their identity. They want to make it on the defensive end and then get open looks on the offensive end because of their defensive intensity. But to be honest, this shot right here, the one that you're watching, that fadeaway, when he made that shot, I knew right then that it was going to be over, that he has arrived, that he is the chosen one at this point. I don't know if it was because of the wristband or whatever, but as soon as I saw this, I thought of Kobe against the Suns. And I'm not trying to, compare them because it's not a comparison, but just for reference, LeBron didn't get his first ring till he was 27. Steph didn't get his first ring till he was 27. Michael Jordan didn't get his first ring till he was 28. So this finals isn't the be-all, end-all for Jayson Tatum or for the Celtics. And not getting a ring at 24 doesn't mean you can't get one at 25, 26, 27, and so on, just like those other legends. This is our first time doing a video like this, so if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and we'll do some more.